A snake came to my water-trough on a hot, hot day, and I in pyjamas for the heat to drink there. In the deep, strain-scented shade of the great, dark carob-tree, I came down the steps with my pitcher. I must wait, must stand and wait, for there he was at the trough before me. He reached down from a fissure in the earth wall in the gloom, and trailed his yellow-brown slackness soft-bellied down over the edge of the stone trough, and rested his throat on the stone bottom. And where that water had dripped from the tap in a small clearness, he sipped with his straight mouth, softly drank through his straight gums into his slack, long body, silently. Someone was before me in my water-trough, and I, like a second-comer, waiting. He lifted his head from his drinking, as cattle do, and looked at me vaguely as drinking cattle do, and flickered his two-forked tongue from his lips, and mused a moment, and stooped and drank a little more. Being earth-brown, earth-golden from the burning bowels of this earth, of the day with Scilly in July, with Etna smoking, the voice of my education said to me, he must be killed, for in Sicily the black, black snakes are innocent, the gold are venomous. And voices in me said, if you were a man, you would take a stick and break him now and finish him off. But must I confess how I liked him, how glad I was that he had come like a guest in quiet to drink in my water-trough, and depart, peaceful, pacified and thankless, into the burning bowels of this earth. Was it cowardice that I did not kill him? Was it perversity that I longed to talk to him? Was it humility to feel so honoured? I felt so honoured. And yet those voices, if you were not afraid, you would kill him. And truly I was afraid. I was most afraid. But even still, honoured still more that he should seek my hospitality from out the dark door of the secret earth. He drank enough, and lifted his head dreamily as one who was drunken, and flickered his tongue like a fortnight on the air, so black, seeming to lick his lips, and looked around like a god unseeing into the air.
And
he slowly turned his head, and slowly, very slowly, as thrice a dream, proceeded to draw his slow length softly
curving
round the broken bank of my wall face.
And as he put
his head into that dreadful hole, and as he slowly drew up, snake easing his shoulders, and entered farther, a sort of horror, or sort of protest against his withdrawing over that, going into that black hole, deliberately going into the blackness,
slowly drawing
himself after, overcame me now, his back was turned. I looked round. I put down my pitcher. I picked up a clumsy log and threw it at the water-trough with a clatter. I think I did not hit him, but suddenly that part of him that was left behind, convulsed in undignified haste, fired like lightning and was gone into the black hole, the earth-lit fissure in my wall front, at which in the intense still noon I stared with fascination. And immediately I regretted it. I thought how paltry, how vulgar, what a mean act. I despised myself and the voices of my accursed human education. And I thought of the albatross, and I wished he would come back, my snake. For he seemed to me again like a king in exile, uncrowned in the underworld, and now due to be crowned again. And so I missed one of my chances with one of the lords of life. And I have something to expiate, a pettiness,